Nigeria. Not immediately they get a job. So this was her own case. When she came back to Nigeria, she didn't get a job immediately, right? And so she was looking for a job, doing some volunteer experiences here in Nigeria. And while she was doing all that, she went on LinkedIn. She was active on LinkedIn, and one of those times she saw somebody that, fit the profile of a potential employer, and she sent a message to them that she would like to volunteer for them. Now, follow me, that she would like to volunteer for them. She didn't say but of course, she said volunteer, that if there's any opportunity, she would appreciate it as well. And so at that point, there was no opportunity in that organization. And the organization is based in the UK, by the way, right? And there was no opportunity then, but they said, okay, um, yeah, they could do the volunteer thing for a while, right? Which they called her for, that she should come and volunteer. But while still in that same process, they just changed it and said, okay, the thing is an opening now, you know, and from there, they employed her. And guess what? She's working for a company in the UK and she's based in Nigeria. So all her work is remote. She doesn't have to. She was even staying in Lagos at some point. She left Lagos and went to Osun State. The reason is because she didn't even need to stay in Lagos. She could actually stay anywhere. She's earning in pounds and all. But one of the things that is very important, which are some of the things I want to share with us, I'm having challenges connecting my laptop. I might have to use my phone to share it eventually. I'm having some challenges with my laptop. But one of the things that is very important is, well, the first thing is your skills, right? Do you have the skills that is required? Then do you know how to communicate that skill? So you need to have the skill. They know how to communicate. So if you know how to communicate, then you've just succeeded in one very important part of your your job. Okay, I think it's getting better now. Let me share my screen. I want to share my own profile and just run you through. Still having some challenges. Network is really bad here from my laptop. So let me see if I can just share from my phone. I'll just share the app on my phone, LinkedIn app. Sorry, network has not been very good here today. Because I want this to be as practical as possible. I don't just want to talk. I want you to see what I'm saying. That's why I want to share my screen. But for some reason, it's not connecting. It's not connecting. So I have to use my phone to do that. Okay, great. So let me share from my own screen. Okay. So can you see my screen now? I have to use my phone. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, just mute and let me know, or drop in the chat box. You see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
You can see my screen. Okay, great. Okay, so I was trying to use my laptop to do that, but it is not working. Now I want to run you through some of the things that you need when we are using LinkedIn. And these things are important. When it comes to LinkedIn, LinkedIn is not your regular social media. It's not your Instagram. It's not your Facebook. You have to use LinkedIn by being deliberate. Okay? You have to be as deliberate as possible. And when I say being deliberate as possible, I mean that you have to build your profile. So the very first thing I will run you through is how you can build your profile. Okay? How you can build your profile. So just follow me. On the top left, you can see my picture. I'll click on my picture at top left. So the very first thing you do is to, you know, put a professional picture. Okay? See that I have a professional picture. I'm on suit there and a tie. So very important, always have a professional picture on your LinkedIn. Okay? If you're following me, please just drop. I want to be sure that you're following me. You can drop a chat, just say it on the chat box if you can see my screen and you're following me. Yes, okay, great. So the very first thing is for you to have a professional picture. The reason why you need to have a professional picture is because your picture is the first thing people will see before they meet you. Okay, so you want it to be as professional as possible. Don't use the one that you use on Instagram, the one that you're wearing one short knicker and you're in the beach. No, for LinkedIn that would not go. So please take note. LinkedIn is a professional network, so you need to be able to use a professional picture. Now, the next thing is your name. I advise when you're just starting out, okay, don't use your nickname, okay? You have to be deliberate. For Facebook, for Instagram, you can use your nickname. You just pick a name for yourself and use that. But for LinkedIn, you have to use the name they call you with. Now, please, there's a level you get to where you become a brand. At that level, where you become a brand, you can now use your brand name. Because I need to explain this very well. Level you get to where you become a brand, you can use your brand name. But when you are just starting, use your full name. The name, the way people will call you professionally. Now, when I started with LinkedIn, I used it was my full name, which is Adeleke Ademo, right? Or Ademo Adeleke Olaiwaju, which I still use in some meters. But because currently I am building a brand, that is the reason why I have Leke Ademo. People call me Leke Ademo. Everywhere is Leke Ademo. But my full name is Adeleke Ademo. When you're starting, use your full name. This is very important. I should say this. For me, I'm using Leke Ademo because of brand reasons. Okay? But when you're starting, use your own full name. It's very important. It's not everything you copy. You need to know why people are doing things. So make sure you use your full name. Now the next thing that you need to do is this is like my dashboard, right? You need to have this place where you can see open to work. If you can see it, just unmute your mic and let me know you can see it. So I don't have to leave this page. Can you see open to work?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So you can see I just clicked on it now. Now this open to work is important so that people who are employing can see you and what you have. Okay. Now I put I added this. By the way, I'm also product manager. Okay. So I put product manager, growth product manager, digital product manager, scrum master, product owner, and all. then locations, Nigeria, US, Canada, UK, Dubai, Okay, so you need to put all these, and you can see, if you look under, you see only recruiters. So only recruiters will see that. So you need to work on that. You need to be able to put that. Now, another thing that is very important is your bio. This is where you see, so there are two things. There's the bio title, which is where you see the digital product manager and product coach. So I've evolved over the years. When I started with LinkedIn, or when I started professionally, you would not see a digital product manager, product coach in mine, right? Because I've had different roles at different times in my career. Okay, so currently, what I do mostly has to do with digital product management and product coach. There was a time that I was fully into digital marketing, right? Currently, I'm not fully into digital marketing. I've evolved, so I'm doing something quite higher than that right now. Okay, and more of what I do is coaching and training. Right now, some of you already know that's what I do mostly. I train on business, coaching, products, entrepreneurship and all. That's what I currently do, and I'm still evolving. Okay, so you do that, and under that you can see where you see talks about products, business, creativity, so entrepreneurship. Now this is your bio, so I need to explain this. Remember, I told you, for me, most of what I do now is from a brand perspective, a personal brand perspective. So I can write it like a newcomer would write or should write. As a newcomer, where you, let me see if I can edit that part for you so you see what I'm talking about. Let me see where the, okay, it's not here. But we'll get there. But this is what you see talks about somebody might not make it. Now this is where you see talks about product, business, creativity. This is the place where you put your career goal or your career objective. Okay, some people have it there as what you would see in most places is I'm a career-driven person with these skills. So you need to state your skills there and all that, the skills, because this is what your employers will first of all see. They will see this. If you want to build a career in HR, when you see this digital product manager, what you should have there is maybe human resources enthusiast or human resources professional, or if you're trying to build a career in accounting, you can be specific. You can say stage one professional and add different things. In this is where you see talks about, assuming I'm an accountant, I will write here is experienced professional with skills in stage one, payroll management, bookkeeping, all the skills that an accountant should have. I will state it under this place where you see talks about products. The reason why mine doesn't have that is because, like I told you, my account is a brand account. But for people who are just starting out, make sure that you should put your skills here. Put your skills, because that is what people want to see to get you employed. And that's what you're looking for, okay? Because it's a professional network. People are looking to employ people. So you need to show them your skills. So this is the place where you put your skills. Very, very important. Please take note. This is the place where you put your skills. Now, apart from that, you need to put this is where you see OBDA, skill dev, and you see network. Now, those two things, the first one is your current employment. The other one is your latest education. For the current employment, we have where you currently are working, okay? So you want to put it there. For you as a student that you know you have a job, let me tell you how to get one. You need to seek a volunteer experience. And this is an assignment. Some of you know that I give assignments a lot. This is an assignment for everybody who is here. I want to be sure that you are listening. So can you just unmute your mic and let me know you are listening?
Following, sir.
Okay,
While listening,
yeah,
Yes,
listening.
sir.
Okay, great. So please, the first assignment I want to give you, which you submit to pay for, is this. If you are not yet working anywhere, you know you have a job, you are a student, between now and next week, look for an organization that you can volunteer with. Okay? Favor, let me type that in the chat box. Look for an organization you can volunteer with. Know you are a student. Know you are in 100 level. I know you are in 200 level or 300 level or 400 level. But you have to go and look for an organization you can volunteer with. This is the cheapest way to get your dream job on time. Okay? So please look for an organization you can volunteer with. Look for an organization that you can volunteer with. Favor, let me type that in the chat box. Let me type that in the chat box.
that's been done, sir. That's been
Sorry?
done, sir.
What?
That's been done.
It's been
It's up
done?
already. It's up already. It's up already. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, look for an organization that you can volunteer with. That's the fastest way. Now, so that organization you can volunteer with, you then use it for your own LinkedIn profile at this place where you have a job. Okay, so you put it there. Now, they may not pay you, right? Some organizations will not even do it. Then tell them you're a student, right? You might be allowed to even just volunteer online. You know, you don't have to come to any office or anything. You just help them with one or two things, right? That will start counting towards your job experience. So that by the time you are ready to get a job, you will just realize that you already have 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. By the time you're in final year, you already have like 3 years work experience. And when you go for a job interview and they say what I've been doing, you tell them, you know, I have been doing this, this, and this. So you put on your LinkedIn profile. It's very important. Please take note of that. And there are many organizations you can volunteer, by the way, any of them. Okay, it just depends if you are willing to work. And that I will talk about much later. So like I told you, look for organization here. So you put that organization here, okay? Then the next thing is this place where you see next word. It's too much down. I want to explain how I did that. Now, so I'm doing my MBA with Nextword, okay? That's how you see Nextword there. There, of course, here you can see my followers and connections and all that. I also have a brand called Inspired. Now, you can see this place where you see your dashboard. You can see here All Star. Can you see All Star? You can see All Star. Drop on the chat box. Who can show me All Star? Did you see All Star? Anybody see All Star?
Yes, sir.
Yes, somebody has seen it. Great. Yes, okay, cool. Now you can see All Star. Now when you are starting, your account will not be All Star. Mine is only All Star because I have worked on it. And so I want to show you how you can work on it to become All Star. Now you can see this place where you see 60 who viewed your profile. That means 60 people have viewed my profile in recent times. Then my post has 259 views. Then in search, people who are searching. I've had 78, I've appeared in 78 search appearances. yours will be different depending on how you're using yours. Okay. So LinkedIn recently created something called creator mode, which I just added, where you can now start having followers differently from your connections. Before now, LinkedIn just used to have connections, okay? But now they have both connections and followers. So you have your network and all that. Okay. Now, so here is my bio, okay? Now I have a long bio, which I need to update. I don't know what I did this. I need to update it. So here's my bio. You need
Hi. Oh, no.
because I have my own brand, two brands. I have the Inspired Dream, I have the Nation Streams. Because I didn't put that here for brand reasons. Okay. Then, so I've worked in a hotel before, as you can see. Now, while I was in the hotel, let me open that. I started first how I grew, okay, while at the, this is not the, this is the, okay, where's the hotel? Yeah, so this is, okay, where I was in RevMark. So you need to put all your details, okay, what you did there. Now, some of you are already working in LASUCF. That is a job role, just in case you do not know. That's a job role. So it should appear on your LinkedIn, okay? Just make sure you know how to write it in such a way that the people know it's actually a work. Before now, I used to have mine on my CV when I just started out, but as I had more experiences, I removed it. So these are some of the things I've had. So this is for job. When I was in the hotel, I used to manage an hotel then. And you can see all the things I did. I put it there. The period, make sure you put it there. And this was my first job. Okay, I think I still have my LASUCF Academy. Wow. You see on my LinkedIn. So you can see here. No, you can see LASUCF Academy, right? Basic HR roles of training development. So if the academic person is there, you can obviously see how you can put it. The reason why this is here is I realized that what you do in LASUCF, okay, what you do in LASUCF is not much different from what people are doing in the workplace. Only that those who are working in LASUCF have not realized that that is a job. Okay, so realize today that what you are doing is a job, and when you realize that, you will see how you can harmonize it into what you're currently studying. Now, I'm going to go into the education part quickly, but I want to break here and take a few questions so that I'm sure we're on the same page. So if you have any questions, can you just unmute your mic? Question or observation? Quickly unmute your mic and let's have that. Questions, observations.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as a graduate that's yet to go for service, are you listening?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I said as a graduate that's yet to go service, what is the best advice to like for job I can look for? Or what is the best thing I can do on LinkedIn?
Sorry, can you come again? Can you come again?
Okay, I said for a graduate that's yet to go for service. That's the NYC.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the best offer you can have on LinkedIn?
Best offer. Did you say best
Like,
offer?
can you get a job? Like, can you get a job on LinkedIn?
Yes, you can. I think you're at the right time to even get a job. You're at the right time. So I want to just finish this part I'm explaining, okay, which has to do with your profile. And the reason why I want to talk much about this profile is because this is what people will see. There are some other things that you will do to get a job, to get visibility. But when you get visibility, if your profile is not good enough, it's just like you're pouring water inside a basket and you're wondering why it's not getting filled, right? So I'm going to teach you some other things on how to get visibility, and how to start applying for jobs, right? But before you start applying for any job, before you get visibility, you need to work on your profile. And that's why I'm starting with this profile. After this profile, I will now teach you the other things, how you can apply for jobs, how you can get visibility and all that. I hope that answers your question.
Does that answer
Does
your
that answer
question?
your question?
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. So does anybody else have any question?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. My question is for one who still in school and at the same time runs a business of his or her own. So how do one update his profile to that effect?
Okay. What's your business on, if I may ask? What kind of business are you doing?
Okay, I run an educational consulting firm.
Is it registered
Yes,
with CAC?
yes.
Okay. So if it's registered with CAC, fine. Now, one thing, so I have a particular HR friend. One thing she told me is this: if you have your own business, it's fine. But for the sake of being known, okay, or being taken seriously, if you know you want to get a job, try to still look for another organization that can talk about you. And by that I mean that you should still try to volunteer somewhere else. The reason is because, except you don't intend working for anybody at all, if you don't intend working for anybody at all, it's fine. Just put your own business. And I'll show you how to do that. But if you know you want to do both, while doing your own business, you are still working, you still want to get a job later on, you need to do both, right? And now is the time to start. So while you are doing what you're currently doing, still look for somebody, maybe a senior colleague, in the same industry you have. Tell the person that you want to, don't necessarily intern, but that's like the word now. You be like you're working for the person, or assisting the person in certain areas. Then you can also put that person's company. The person has to be like a bigger company than you, by the way. So you can put that person's company on your LinkedIn while also putting yours. And I also advise this: if you know that you want to work for somebody else, don't put CEO on your title. Please take note. If you don't want to work for anybody else, you can leave it as CEO. Of course, you are the CEO of your business. You don't need to work for anybody else. But if you know you want to get a job eventually, even though it's your business, there are other titles you can put. You can put operations manager. You can put, there are many other titles depending on what exactly you're doing. But while you have that, also look for another company that you can work with. And the reason is because if you are going to get another job, sometimes they would want to call your former employer to ask about you. But if your own company is the only one that is there, who would they call? They will have to call you, the CEO of the company. And you cannot talk about yourself. Somebody else has to talk about you. I hope that answers your question.
You're very well.
Great. So you can do both of them. Put yours and put that person's own. But make sure in yours you're not CEO. Okay?
Okay.
Even though we know you are the CEO, of course, you are the CEO of the business. But for the sake of your social media, don't put CEO. Right? That's if you want to get in that job. But if you're not getting in that job, fine. You want to be your boss throughout. You're not going to work for anybody, then there's no problem. Put CEO. Okay? If you're not going to work for anybody, no need to put, just put your CEO there.
Noted, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody else has any other question?
Yes, sir. I still have other question, but probably subsequent time I would put the question forward.
Okay. Okay. So anybody else? Anybody else has another question? Okay, great. So in the absence of that, I will continue. Let me go back to my screen sharing. Now, this part I want to talk about now is the education. In the part of your employment history, I told you make sure you look for at least one organization that you're going to volunteer with. You need that skill for many reasons. You need that for somebody to be able to recommend you. If you are volunteering for somebody and let's say you get a bigger job somewhere else and they say, okay, who did you work with? What have you done? That person can easily say, yes, he volunteered with me. I guarantee that he's a good person. That's one way to look at it. Another way is that you're also gaining work experience pending when you eventually finish school. So you need that. Because, we've had too many people who just graduate from school and they don't have any experience. The only experience they have is that they were going to go to classroom, to library, and they read one course to university and they graduate. They don't have any experience of the real world. So this is very important. And that's why I need to emphasize that. Now, the other area is this, your education. Education is in two ways. We have your short courses and you also have the major courses. Like you're currently running a course now, which is maybe BSc in sociology, in mass comm, in computer science, whatever it is. You are getting a skill there. But that skill you are gaining, to a very large extent, what you are gaining is just the paper certificate in most instances. Because you realize that what they are teaching you is not really what is needed in the workplace. And that's why you need to upskill yourself. You need to upskill yourself. And by upskilling yourself, this is what I mean. If you are studying accounting now, you need to learn the tools that they are using in the workplace. Some companies they are using QuickBooks, some they are using Peachtree, some they are using Sage. You need to familiarize yourself with that. You need to know how to do payroll. Okay? Payroll cuts across both accounting and HR. Because I did a payroll course, even though that was because I was in HR then. So it's important that you learn other skills. And when you learn these other skills, you have to show on your LinkedIn. And so let me say this. For some people or some employers, what they are looking for is to see how creative you are, how much of a learner you have. They want to just say that, okay, this person took this course this person likes to take new challenges. That means if I employ this person will improve on the job. So for me, I had to, upskill myself. I've done quite a number of courses. Some of them are not even on LinkedIn, right? But I put some of them on LinkedIn here. So as you can see, that's MBA. Apart from that, so the MBA is a targeted MBA. So it's not just a generic MBA. It's in the US, right? And it has to do with product management, cybersecurity, Internet of Things. So I'm doing an MBA in something that is current, okay? Right? And of course, sociology, where I read sociology and all. So you need to put that. But that's just the basic things, right? So the other things that I want to talk about now is the skills. Apart from the certificates you get, even if you go for a master, apart from those ones, right? There are some other skills you need to develop along the way. So one of such is, because of that, I had to go for another certification, which is on product management, right? Product management has to do with this is tech product management to be precise, so as on technology. So I realized that the way the world is moving, people who are in technology will be the ones that will have more jobs than those who are not, because technology is taking over most industries, and you probably have seen it. It's taking over most industries. So I look at it, what kind of tech skill can I get that I would love doing, right? So after my research and asking a lot of people, you know, I eventually did product management. So product management and project management are quite similar, but there's difference. This is a product management course. I can't start explaining all that. So apart from that, I also did this one on Scrum Product Owner Certification. So Scrum is a part of, it's a framework that is used both in project management and in product management. We just use it to ensure that the backlogs, okay, don't go too technical for you, but to ensure that work goes on smoothly, right, in your organization. That's what Scrum does. And of course, over the years, I've done some other ones. When I was fully into digital marketing, I did a couple of them: Google My Business Basics, Fundamental of Digital Marketing, and a couple of other ones. Okay. Then I did people analysis. This is on Coursera. Yes, even on Coursera now. We have different places where you can take new skills, new courses. Coursera is one of them. And Coursera helps you to upskill yourself. So while you are in school, this is my second assignment for you. Because these are the things you're going to use to build your profile on LinkedIn. And when employers see this, they will know that you are serious about getting that job. So the second assignment I'm giving you is this: go on Coursera and look for a course or two courses or three courses that align with your career goal. So let's say in 5 years you want to become an HR manager. It's like you are building a career in HR. So there's recruitment, there's talent management. There are different areas of HR. You now need to go on Coursera or any of them. They have different like that. But Coursera is very good. Allison, Udemy. For Coursera, you get a lot of cheap courses, free courses rather. For Udemy, you have to pay some money. There's Future. For Coursera, I'm sure you can get some free courses. And you're a student, so I won't say you start paying for courses right now. If you can't pay for courses, why not? Very important. So go for serious. Look for a
Aye.
particular course. Start with a course that is in line with your career goal. And a lot of these courses you do them in a very short time. A very short time. Some of them in a month, some even in a week. This year I did one course, I don't think on LinkedIn. I did put it on LinkedIn, but I think I will put it. I did one course this year on project management. That I did in a week, thereabout. Some of these courses are actually planned for months, but the way I learn, when I want to do something, I just go all out, okay, and I do it as fast as possible. That's how I do my learning. So whatever works for you, but make sure that you do that. These people analytics, I did that in about a week as well. Then you can see other ones that are done 6 months. This has to do with you process improvements, okay? That's for workplace, for managers, really. Now, I did other ones on content marketing, fundamental, SEO, video, SEO. This was when I was fully in digital marketing. Now, so apart from that, I had also done one leadership course. This type of academy has 2 levels. No. So these are the things you need to put on your LinkedIn. When a recruiter sees some of these things, they can be sure that you know what you want to do. And because of that, they can give you a job.
It's for my end now.
So the other thing I want to touch on now is on skills.
My service is kind of bad too.
So I've already explained that. So but before I go to skills, let me come back and ask a few questions again. So anybody else has a question? Anybody else has a question?
Yes, I do, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Please go ahead.
my question is for the profiling. While in school and doing some side jobs, is it advisable to put it there as volunteer or as normal work experience?
Okay. Now, what kind of side job is it?
Like being a computer instructor, digital marketing, instruction on those things, those little things at a recognized firm.
Okay, it's in a recognized firm.
Yes.
What's the name of the firm?
Like accelerate business school.
What do you do for them? Were you just training for them, or what exactly?
Yes, I was training a few of their students. Like students, I train their students, and during the weekends when I'm free, that's what I do.
Okay. So now, whichever way you look at it, it is still work experience. But every work experience needs to have a track back. And when I say a track back, I mean if you go for another interview and somebody asks you and says, where did you work? When did you do this? And you say, I did this in 2015. They want to be sure that somebody in that organization can say, yes, we know him. Do you understand? So as long as somebody can vouch for you that you work there, okay, which is the reason why I'm also insisting that you do internships at this level you currently have. So you have the first level of experience. Have the first level of experience. Okay? So yes, you can, and you should put it there, matter of fact, as long as you have somebody that can vouch for it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. Another thing that will also help, okay. Another thing that would also help is this. You need to get reviews. That's get people to review what you currently are doing. And as a student, the easiest way to do this still boils down to getting an internship opportunity. Because to a very large extent, from one job, you will definitely move eventually from one job to another job. But people want to be sure that in that job you said you did, they can be sure you actually did it in the first place. And secondly, that you did it well. And that's why you need someone that can recommend you. So please, that's very, very important.
Yes, sir.
So, yes. So let me go to the other side, which is the skills. Now, it's not wrong if right now, Ajay, in this call, you do not have these skills. It's not wrong. But as you are growing, you need to deliberately start getting these skill sets. And so you can see on your LinkedIn, there's a place called Skills and Endorsement. So you can put the skills that you have. So let me just scroll down. Now, of course, the skills is divided into 3 areas, I think. Is it 4? Okay, it's 4. So there's the top skills, there is the industry skills, industry knowledge, and there is the tools and technologies. Then we also have interpersonal skills, and of course, other skills. These are the things that recruiters look for. Now, let me give you the trick. When we have CVs, you know your LinkedIn is like your online CV, right? Your LinkedIn is like your online CV. There's what we call ATS, that recruiters use to sift out CVs. It's called, is it automated tracking software? I can't remember what it's really called, but it's ATS. They use it to sift out CVs. So, for instance, let's say I'm a recruiter now and I want to employ 5 people in my organization, and we have like 100 people that apply. I can only take that 5 people, right? But I don't have enough time to open all the 100 CVs. You know what I will do? I will put the CVs in the ATS, which will sift out all the CVs. And what would it use to sift them out? It uses keywords. Please listen to this very important part. It uses what? Keywords. So for instance, I will put in the ATS certain keywords that I want the CVs to have. Let's say I'm recruiting for an accounting role. I will say, I can put this word payroll. I can put the word payroll as one of the keywords to check for. So any CV that does not have the word payroll automatically will not be selected. Please listen. Any keyword does not have that payroll, that word. This is an example, by the way. And the reason why I'm giving payroll as an example is that I expect that every accounting graduate should know how to prepare payroll. Every accounting graduate should know how to prepare payroll. So anybody who does not know how to do that or does not have it on his or her CV automatically will be disqualified. And people now say, I don't know why they did not call me. You don't know that they did not even open your CV. It was just the software that removed your CV. And meanwhile, maybe you have other skills, but just because some of the things they were looking for you did not have them, automatically you were removed from it. Sir, am I still in this meeting?
Yes,
Can you still hear me?
yes, you are, sir.
Yes, you are, sir. Yes, sir. You are safe.
Okay.
Very much.
All right. So this takes me back to your LinkedIn. So that's for your CV. The same thing applies for LinkedIn. When recruiters are trying to employ in LinkedIn, they use these keywords, but now they don't even need an ATS. The LinkedIn algorithm itself is strong enough to sift out people. And how do they do that? They do that using these skills and endorsements. You need to be deliberate about the skills. And that's why I said choose the industry you want to go into and look for the skills. So if you say you want to be HR manager in the next 5 years, it means that within that next 5 years, you have to be deliberate about the things you're going to be learning. You must learn things like payroll, learn things like learning and development. All these things are keywords. And there are certain keywords that only people who understand those things will have them in their CV or will have them on their LinkedIn profile. And that's where this comes in. So as you can see, they use all these keywords. You can see product management, data marketing, and digital marketing, and all that. Now, for instance, let me use digital marketing for instance. Keywords that only people who are in digital marketing will know. So if you're not really a digital marketer, you will not have those keywords because you don't really understand. So for instance, one of such keywords is SEO or search engine optimization or SEM, search engine marketing or content marketing. If you do not have those keywords among your skill set, automatically you will not be selected because it is assumed that you do not have that skill. So two things. First of all, go and get the skill. Then secondly, put the skill on your LinkedIn profile. And so you can see LinkedIn gives you opportunity to put as many skills as possible. So don't just put skills randomly. Put skills that are in your industry. Because like you can see product road mapping, product vision, sprint planning, all these things are things that are related with product management. Okay? In your industry, what you'll be having here are things like if you're in accounting, you might be having things like profit and loss, balance sheet, and all that. Okay, or Sage, or QuickBooks. Those are the things you'll be having if you're in accounting. If you're in, let's say, secure sciences, you have something different. Okay, even HR, you have employee relations, talent management, and all that. Depending on your industry, make sure you go and find out those particular keywords. And finding them out is not enough. You now need to take courses on them so you can know what they're about. Because it's one thing to get in front of an interviewer, it's an entirely different thing for you to get the job. So putting all these things I'm teaching you now can get you an interview because you now know what interviewers are looking for. And they can say, okay, come for this interview because you have them on your LinkedIn account. But when you have them and they ask you what they mean, it's a different thing if you can explain it. So that's very important. Please make sure that you work on that, okay? And you will be able to get the job. So these are the things I want to talk about when it comes to the LinkedIn profile. Okay, of course, you put your contact details and you follow people. Now, that is just the basic things that I want you to understand regarding your profile because your profile is the very first thing that you need to, get seen. Okay? So before I move into the last part of what I want to discuss today, does anybody have any question? your profile is very important. A good part. The question is call. Any other question? If you have a question, just unmute your mic and ask. Anybody else? Okay, so in the absence of any other question, let me go into the very last part I want to talk about. Now, the other part I want to talk about is just strategy part, which is the part on how to get your job if you want to get a job. I've already told you how to build your profile, because if you do the strategy first and your profile is not good enough, people will come to your profile, but they will leave as soon as they come. Because number one, if your picture is not professional enough, you don't have a very good bio, your skills are not there, your education is not there, or you don't even have any work experience, people will be like, this person cannot even come and work with us because it doesn't have what we need. So at this point, I want to explain the strategy part. The thing I told you earlier, how my friend got a job and all that, I want to now explain how these things are done. So as you can see here, this is my own LinkedIn. I have a lot of people that I'm following. And I have a lot of people. Okay, in LinkedIn, it's connections we have mostly, but now we also have followers. And a lot of times I have new people sending me requests, for me to add them. Now, under here, can you see on my profile, can you see where we have jobs? You can see where we have jobs. It's just on the bottom right. Bottom right. So I'm clicking on that. I'm clicking on that. Now, so here you can see where you can see search jobs. Search jobs. I'll click on search jobs. You can see it's written search by, let me see if I can change from that thing. Okay, so I was on that thing. So you can see search by title, skill, competence. And so this is very important. If you are looking for a job, what kind of job are you looking for? You now come here and search for it. So if you're looking for accounting job, you can use accounting. And search, you will see all the jobs that are related to what you just searched for. And when you see them, you can see when it was posted. Now, the places where you see easy apply, it means that you can use LinkedIn to apply for it. Anywhere you see easy apply, you can use LinkedIn to apply for it. Other ones, anywhere where you need to use LinkedIn to apply, you don't need a CV. It means that your LinkedIn profile becomes your CV. So if you have not yet updated your LinkedIn profile, you will not be able to stand a good chance for that. So you can see a lot of them here, search for accounting, so you can see. Now, look at this. Anywhere where you see your profile matches this job, what they mean is this. Either your work experience, or your education, or your skills, they match what the recruiter is looking for. Remember I mentioned something, that the recruiter in regular interview process where they use ATS, the recruiters already put in some keywords. The same thing applies for this particular LinkedIn. Recruiters put keywords that they are looking for. So if your profile has those keywords, LinkedIn will tell you your profile matches this job. That means the keyword that is somewhere in your profile. Okay? So you do that, and you can then follow the application process and apply. And it tells you how you stand in some areas. You can see your profile matches this job, and you can see all that. And so what you just need to do is to apply, and you get the job. Now, this is just the LinkedIn way of getting a particular job. Now, another thing you can do is, under here, you still get job alerts for this search. So you can easily just search, click on that. I don't need that. So you can click on that and you get. So anytime somebody posts something related to that, they will send to you. Okay? So that's how that works. Now, so the other way to do it is this. You need to iron your need. But please take note. LinkedIn or Instagram, for people, not the application. If you do not have value, this is
So, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Wait,
mute your mic, who's that?
Mute the mic.
Now, so in this place where you see search, you can search for different things without it going through the jobs. Jobs will limit you to only the things that people posted as jobs. When you search with this search, it helps you to find, and you can then streamline. So let me search for accounting again. Accounting. Now, you can see this, Yusuf Bakare, BSc, accounting in jobs, accounting manager. Now, this works better on laptop. I wish I could have shown you on laptop. The view on laptop is different. Well, my laptop did not connect. Let me see if it will work now. because I want to show you a different view. So this thing I want to show you now is better you do it with a laptop. A phone will not give you what I want to show you perfectly well. A laptop is better. Let me see if I can share my screen on laptop now. It wasn't working before. Okay, still not working. I still can't share my screen on laptop. So I'll just go ahead. But you can try this on laptop. You would see what I'm trying to explain. It gives you a different view. Okay? It gives you a different view on laptop. That means go to see all results. Now, so you can see that I clicked on see all results. Now, now it is not giving me jobs alone. It is now just giving me everything people are typing. So you will see people that are posting regular posts. You will see the time they posted it, and you can then apply for such jobs. The second is to follow such people. It means that they always will be posting. So let me just look at my screen. See, someone might be nominated.
Please mute your mic.
Okay. Who that person is? Okay, so now you can see where we have posts. You can see time. Time matters. If you come to this strategy, you will see different people that are posting that you're not even following. Now you can see this first one. It says work from home, fresher, and experienced jobs. And you can see they have 560,000 followers. So you can easily follow such people. So let me see if I can just open it. So it means that these people post jobs regularly, but they may not be in Nigeria. So I need to check very well. They may not be in Nigeria. They're not in Nigeria, so you can see it's not in Nigeria. So you need to scroll down, search for more. Let me go back. So the first one, you can keep on searching. You can also even use location. It's not giving location here, but there are other things you can. So we just keep on searching. Okay. Now you can see this one, Katie Mafuk.
See, can you hear anything? I don't know what happened. Something just went wrong right now. I don't understand. I all of a sudden can't hear you. Everybody's muted. Please, come and fix. Please don't. Yeah, I muted everybody by error. I'm kidding him. I muted him by error. It's not.
It's not with everybody. They have to admit themselves.
I started to mute it, Abby. I started to mute it. That was muted.
Can you hear anything? Jeez, on me. Say that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this, I think this is for result.
Sir, please
Sir,
unmute
please
yourself.
unmute yourself.
Sir, please
Sir,
unmute
please
yourself.
unmute yourself.
Oh, you muted. Okay.
Yes,
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 it's a
mistake.
mistake.
All right. So at this point, this is where I'm going to end this. I'll just say that what you can do is to look for people who are in your industry, who are regularly posting and start following them. And you will be seeing their updates. So let me show you how to do it. Now, the same way I have this accounting, right? Let me see all results. Now I can keep on scrolling. Let me see, posted by show results. Now I can go to jobs as well. Use jobs to do this. I still search for the same. Oh, I'm unmuted again. Go to the same and search for accounting manager. Look at this. You know the title is a beer. If it's HR, you can search for HR manager. If it's digital marketing, search for digital marketing manager. You will see a lot of them. Then you can then search for the ones that are currently posting jobs and follow them. So while you're following them, you'll be seeing what they are posting. Okay? You'll be seeing what they are posting, and from there, some of them post other people's things, and you will be able to grow your account from there. But let me just wrap up on how you can grow your LinkedIn account. LinkedIn is one of the easiest networks to grow. You can start growing your LinkedIn now, and in 3 months, you have over 2,000 followers or 2,000 connections. It's very possible with LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn, all you need to do is to look for people. So let me show you how I do that. Let me say I want to look for branch managers. I don't know where I'm looking for branch. So let me look for branch managers now, or operations managers. So let me look for operations managers. I think that's a better thing to look for. Operations manager. So I'll search for operations manager. LinkedIn will give me different operations managers. So as you can see here, operation manager, Christian, like that, and you see more like that. So what I need to do is to start following them, and I can have a lot of them. Not all of them will follow me back or will connect with me. The ones that do not connect with me, I can remove them after a while. Later on, I follow more people. And on LinkedIn, you can follow a huge number of people at a time, right? But abuse. And from there, you'll be growing your LinkedIn gradually up to the point where you have the required number you want. So for me, I was very active growing LinkedIn at some point, but kind of reduced. Currently, I have 4,000 connections. Well, very soon, I'm going to start again, go to 10,000. So at this point, I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two from today's meeting. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please ask while we wrap this up. So over to you, Favor. Anybody who has any questions can quickly ask.
Do
Do
you
you
have
have
any
any
questions
questions
so
so
that
that our
facilitator can
facilitator
answer
can
them? So
answer
I
them?
have
So
a
I have
question.
a question.
I have a question,
I have a
please.
question.
Oh,
Can I
Can I
ask?
ask?
yeah, you yes.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. Okay,
sir. Okay, as
a
a
student
student
in the
in
legal
the legal
profession,
profession,
I noticed
I
that
noticed
whenever
that
I want
whenever
to
I
like
want to like
apply for
apply for
internship, they
internship,
always
they always
ask
ask
that I
that
should
I should
submit a
submit a
CV.
CV.
Like, and I
The
don't
like,
like
and
for
I
me that
don't
I don't
like
even
for
have
me that I don't
much
even have
experience. I
much
don't have like
experience. I don't have like
a
a
experience per
experience
se.
per
Then
se.
you're
Then
asking
you're
me to
asking me
like
to like
bring
bring
CV for
CV for
an
an
opportunity where I just
opportunity
want
where
to
I just want to
get an
get
experience.
an
For
experience.
example,
Like for
now
example now,
few weeks ago,
few weeks ago
I tried
I
applying
tried
for a
applying for a
particular
particular
internship for
internship for
data
data
privacy
privacy
in the data
in the
privacy
data
law firm,
privacy law firm.
and they
And
were
they
asking
were
me
asking me
that for the
that
2 weeks
for the two
internship
weeks
I should
internship
send
I should
CV,
send
and I was
CV.
like,
And I was
I've
like,
only done
I've
one
only
course
done
on
one
data
course on data
privacy.
privacy.
I don't
I don't
have like
have like
any
any
certification or
certification or
experience that
experience
are
that
like
are
lining up
lining up
in data
in data
privacy.
privacy.
So like,
So
sir,
like,
what would
sir, what would
somebody like
somebody
me
like
do?
me
Because
do? Because
even though it's not
even though
really
it's not
related
really
to
related to
LinkedIn, but it's
LinkedIn, but
like
it's
kind of
like kind of
connected.
connected.
Okay, let me quickly answer that. Now, for internships, some organizations when they ask you for things like this, they are not always asking to know what you have done in that particular area. They're just trying to find out what have you been doing with your life. Because as you probably already know, a lot of students are just not doing anything regarding their professional life. So they want to find out. And everybody should have a CV. As a matter of fact, you should have a CV. The content of your CV will differ. And that's why I gave you guys the first assignment that you should go and start getting job roles, get internships. Okay. So sometimes when they're asking you for CV, they just want to know your basic biodata, know what you've been up to. They know you are a student, right? You put that. If you've done any volunteer experience before, you add that. Okay, you had that. The more you do, the bigger your CV becomes, and that's why I'm encouraging you guys to start early, so that you will be able to grow on time. So I hope I was able to answer that. So just still send the CV you have. You may not necessarily have a lot of things on it. Send it, but start working on it now. And let me tell you one of the easiest things to do. If you're trying to apply for something and you know you're not skilled enough for it, go on Coursera or any of these courses, this course platform, and start a course. You don't have to finish the course when you put on the CV. You start the course and put on your CV and in view. Then you can go and look for an internship somewhere and put that you started that internship, or you started, because you have all these things around. There are a lot of organizations in LASU right now that as law students you can volunteer with, you know, and
Yes,
all the
sir.
small knowledge that you are learning, you have that in your CV. So I hope I was able to touch a few things.
Yes, thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much,
you so much,
sir.
sir.
Please, is there
Please,
any
is there
question? Does
any
anybody
question? Does
have
anybody have
any question
any
at
question
all?
at
Something
all?
related
Something
to
related to
career, even if
career,
it's
even if
not
it's not
specifically on
specifically on
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn,
such that our
such that our
facilitator is
facilitator is
going to
going to
answer.
answer.
So our
So
facilitator
our
can answer.
facilitator can answer.
Also, please take note, everybody must do their LinkedIn. Just go to linkedin.com and create an account. Start filling it gradually. So let me not be that you just came here to waste your time. After this call, go and open a LinkedIn account if you do not already have one. If you already have one, update it. Okay? If you already have an account, please update it. That's how you'll be able to achieve your things. Update it until you have All Star. If you don't yet have All Star, you've not yet worked on your LinkedIn account. Okay?
Okay, I was notified that if
Someone has
that
a
someone
question.
has a
So, sir,
question. So,
please
sir,
go
please
on.
go on.
Okay, hello,
Okay,
sir.
yes, you need to ask. Yes.
Yeah, my
Yeah, my
question
question
is
is
quite
quite
straightforward.
straightforward.
I actually
I
have a
actually have a
LinkedIn
LinkedIn
account,
account,
but
but
at some
at some
time
time
I could
I could
notice it
notice it
was
was
inactive for
inactive
some
for
time.
some time.
So I
So
tried
I
to
tried
go back
to
to it, and I found out that I have to go through some verification process.
You can't hear you.
go through some.
Hello, can
I
you hear
didn't
me?
hear what you said. I think
Hello,
network. That
can
network
you hear
issue.
me?
Okay. Okay, let me
I
start
can hear
again.
you now, but I didn't hear what
Okay,
you
let me
said
start
earlier.
again.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir. So my question
okay,
is,
sir. So my question is that
I had a
um
LinkedIn
I
account
had a
before,
LinkedIn
but
account before, but
it was inactive
it
for
was
a while.
inactive for a
Then I
while,
had
and
to
I had
go
to
back to
go
it.
back to it. And by the time I went back to
I
it,
had to do
I
some
had to do some
verification process.
verification process.
It was
It
demanding
was
for
demanding
my
for my
ID card or
ID
so,
card or so,
and I could not
and I could not just
like I couldn't
like
find
I
a way
couldn't find
around
a
it
way around it
to
to
skip that
skip that
process
process
because I want my
because I want
LinkedIn
my
account
LinkedIn
back,
account back,
and I don't
and I
have
don't have
20 emails
20
like
emails
that.
like that.
So I don't know,
So I don't
sir.
know,
Is
sir,
there any
there any
solutions to that,
solutions to that?
or have you
Or
seen
have you
that kind
seen
of
that kind of
problem before?
problem before?
Okay, so I've heard people have that issues. If I've had that experience, I should remember because it must be a very long time if I have had that myself. But I know I've heard people say they've had that in recent times. So what I would say is if things that so if they're asking you for something, they'll tell you, look, you had the job that you're not earning for. But if you know not, just open the account. They want you to verify everything. So open. There's no crime in opening a new account. But now is a good time to do that. Start growing the account.
Sir, has your question been answered?
Yes, that's the only thing.
Okay, the person just gave me feedback
Just
that
give me
his
feedback that
question has
his question
been
has
answered
been
already.
answered already.
So
Okay.
please, any other
Please,
question?
any other questions?
Don't miss out on
Don't
this
miss out
golden
on this golden
opportunity. Please,
opportunity.
any other
Please, any
question?
other questions?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
This
This
is the end
is
of
the
our
end of our
facilitation session.
facilitation
Okay,
session.
Mr.
Okay,
Lekki, thank
Mr.
you so
Lekki,
much
thank you so
for
much for
coming and
coming
teaching us
and
this
teaching
much.
us
I
this
have
much.
learned a
I
lot
have
because I
learned
thought
a lot
I knew
because
a
I
lot
thought I
about
knew a
it,
lot about
but
it. But
today I have
today
learned
I have
that
learned that
I'm still
I'm
learning, and
still
there are still
learning,
many
and there are
places
still
where
many
I
places where I
basically need
basically need
to
to
improve
improve
on.
on.
For me, my
For me,
major
my
take
major
home
take
is
home is
the part
the
of
part of
the
the
getting
getting
finding the necessary
finding the
skills
necessary
for
skills
my
for my
feed, and
feed
also
and also
building on them.
building on them.
So
So
I
I
will go back
will go
and
back and
do the
do the
necessary.
necessary.
So I just want
So
to
I
remind
just
us
want to remind us
again the
again the
assignment. So the
assignment. So
assignment:
the assignment
one,
one,
look for an
look for an
organization to
organization to
volunteer with.
volunteer with.
They would
They
be
would
type the
be
assignment
type
will
the
be
assignment
typed
is
in
going to be
the
typed
message
in the
box
message
now.
box
Look
now.
for an
Look for
organization
an
to volunteer
organization to
with. The
volunteer with.
second one
The
is
second one is
we should go
we should
and
go
do a short
and
course
do a short
relating
course
to our course
relating
of
to our course
study.
of study.
Then the third one is
Then the
for us
third
to
one is
create
for
a
us to
LinkedIn
create a
account.
LinkedIn account.
So please, for
So
this
please, for this
assignment,
assignment,
please make sure you
please
submit
make
it to
sure
the
you submit it to the
LASUCF
LASUCF
email.
email.
The email will
The
be in the
email will be
message
in the
box.
message box.
Please submit
Please
it
submit it
before
before
Wednesday next
Wednesday
week,
next week
so that
so
we
that
can
we
actually
can
score
actually
it.
score it.
For the
For
best
the
three
best
students,
three
they
students,
are actually
they
going to
are
be
actually going to be
getting
getting
a copy
a
of Mr.
copy of
Leke's
Mr.
book
Leke's book
titled The
titled
Golden Book, if I
Golden
am
Book, if
not
I
wrong.
am not
Sir,
wrong.
am I right?
So am I
Please,
right?
the
Please,
title of the
the
book is
title of
Golden
the
Book.
book, Golden Book.
Well, it's Licky Adimo's golden book. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Lekki Ademo's
Lekki
Golden Book.
Ademo's
So
Golden
they
Book.
will
So
be getting
they will
a
be getting
copy
a copy
of that
of
next
that
week
next week
Thursday.
Thursday.
So please send
So
it
please
before
send it
Wednesday,
before
Wednesday,
Wednesday
12 a.m.
12
Please
a.m. Please
submit it to
submit
us so
it
that
to
we
us
can
so that we
actually
can
run through
actually
it.
run through it.
And
And
also we'll be
also we'll
announcing
be
the winner
announcing
either
the
at the
winner
next
either
week
at
Thursday
next week
service,
Thursday
or
service, or
we would
we would
be sending
be
them a
sending
link
them a link
for them to
for them
come
to
and get
come
their
and get
gifts.
their gift.
So
So I just want to say thank you everyone for attending this webinar. It has been wonderful so far. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for choosing to improve on your career. May the good Lord bless you. So quickly, I'll be making some announcements. We are still having services next week. Morning due on Tuesday, 7 o'clock to 7:50. We would be having also house fellowship on Monday by the hours of 5 to 6. We have 3 cells, Secretariat, Holiness Hostel, and Mama Tobisi Hostel in PPL. Then our other cell is in Yano School, Sister Bolua Sisters Hostel. Then on Wednesday, we'll be having sisters meeting at Chapel Lodge, 2 o'clock to 4. Please do not miss it. There's the sisters, please do not miss. Then also we'll be having brothers meeting on Tuesday, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Please don't miss out. Then also on Thursday, which is our time of refreshing proper, from 2 o'clock to 4:30. Please don't miss time of refreshing for anything. Then on Friday, we'll be having our semester review at the Chapel Auditorium. It holds from 9 p.m. till the next morning. So please don't miss out. And also for the brothers and sisters meeting, please, you don't want to miss this week's brothers and sisters meeting, because we'll be talking about academics. So please don't miss out. Please don't miss out at all. So sorry for the break in transmission. So it's time for our closing prayer.
In Jesus'
In
name.
Jesus' name.
Father,
In Jesus' name.
Lord, we thank
Lord,
you
we
for
thank you for
today
today
for
for
the
the
webinar
webinar
that you've
that
taken
you've taken
control,
control,
that
that
we've
we've
learned,
learned,
that
that
everything
everything
we've
we've
learned
learned
shall
shall
not
not
be
fail in the
in
mighty name of Jesus.
Lord,
Lord, that
everything we've
everything we've
learned
learned
shall be
shall be
useful
useful
to us
to us
in our
in
lives in
our
Jesus'
life
name.
in Jesus' name.
Father, thank you
Father,
for
thank you
our
for our
facilitator,
facilitator, for he has blessed us with Lord. That shall continue
Amen.
blessing in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
We shall continue growing in the mighty name of Jesus.
this shall be the least it shall ever be. It shall be greater than this in the mighty name of Jesus. In Jesus' name
Amen. Amen. I I want us to we cannot leave the call. We cannot end leave the call. Thank you so much for attending this first webinar. God bless you. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.
What is it as name is? I don't
So
know.
that's why I should create a LinkedIn account. Card. Okay. Everybody's living one by one. Before you. But now I have my kids in my life. I'm not saying when they don't do prayers or webinars. They don't do prayers. Card.
Is this
Yeah,
the
let's go to the Philippines. But look at God, you have left us with. You know the Philippines. Let me call you. Ah, my daddy, the Philippines. Go with so sure. Hey, don't want calm down. Because they're feeling like you may not leave. I'm not the host, you know. Why can't I leave? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. A lot of people are having issues with network. Oh, God.
Sister Okolo, please, you can leave the meeting now. Thank
Apologies,
you.
you can leave the meeting now. Thank you.
Mate, this is bad.
I don't think she's alone. Sister Okolo, please, are you in this meeting?
Apologies, are you in this meeting?
I'm not there.
Where's my sister?
God sees my heart. I'm not there. I don't know. What to accuse you.
You should actually laugh. Yeah. Let me log out of this.
Let him know. The part that shocked me was when I saw Pastor Corey bro, busy. Which is it? The thing is going Wisdom. That's the only right. Wisdom. Come and join academic subgroup. Come and join academic department. Come and join academic department. Come and join academic department. Wisdom. Come and join academic department. Come and join academic department. Oh, not touch. Come and join academic department. Come and join academic department. See, academic department can help your life. We just want to help your life now. You think I'm joking? Come and join academic department. It look odd. Which what department are you in? Yeah, it's supposed to like normal. I just carry your head like this and give you head. But